Donegal has a beautiful coastline with so many unique experiences to discover. We met a man on the Atlantic coast near Malin Head who developed an unusual family fun day out.
A herd of Peruvian alpacas racing across a Donegal hillside isn't exactly what you might expect to see up here. This is Knockamany Bends on the cusp of the Wild Atlantic Way's most northerly route. And these are its most recent inhabitants, Irish-born alpacas. And they're the stars of the Wild Alpaca Way, a short trek over the hill with your very own alpaca. John McGonigal bought the hill a few years ago from a local farmer, and when he retired he came up with the idea of an alpaca walk.
When I bought the hill, I knew it had potential. Probably at the time people thought it was round the twist walking animals up a hill. It was a big change from the building site. I worked in the buildings probably all my life, but when you hit 50 you start to creak a bit. And so we're back. So I kept thinking outside the box, like, what could I do? I would do it 100 times over. It's the best thing I'd done in my life. Well, we started out with 2. Now we have about 34 boys and 15 girls. We are brought up on a small farm, and we had a few sheep and a few cattle. And you would know the simple things that you had to do with the cows and the sheep. And alpacas is the same thing.
As far as alpacas go, they're definitely more friendly than sheep or cows. They love the attention and the visitors. Each alpaca gets to go on 3 walks a day, and visitors, young and not so young, get to walk their own alpaca. This is a slow meander along a mountain path with some of Donegal's most stunning views below: Five Finger Strand and Trabrega Bay. The alpacas take it all in their stride, happy to pose for selfies, even on a bad hair day.
The alpacas lives in the Andes, and they will do -25 in the winter time. When they're sheared in the summertime, it keeps them at 20 degrees the whole summer. So really, round here, it's not -25, but it gets -2 or 3 probably, which is not too bad. This is ideal for them round here. They're just like people. You'll get the very calm ones and you'll get the fiery ones. The very calm ones, like we have children out walking them and they can put their arms around them, they can lie beside them for photographs. Every day you do the walk, they're really getting that little bit calmer every day. The stunning views that's a big selling point, because up at the very top of the hill we'll get children of young as 4 and 5 saying, "Mommy, Daddy, look at the views are stunning." So when children picks up on the views, it says it all. We get people back maybe 3, 4, 5 times.
Now looking up, cheese!
One local group are frequent visitors. iCare is a support organisation in Inishowen for autistic children. They just love the alpacas, and the alpacas love them back. It's a real treat for the children and their carers.
A day out like this, Mary, is just wonderful for the children. The sensory development here and just the whole surrounding is brilliant. The alpacas are so patient. Unlike people, alpacas and animals are very direct, which the young people love. There's no that social pressure or anything, and it just suits our children. So that guided walk around, it gives them a bit of independence that we're not holding on to them, gives them their own time with the animal. They just really love petting and cuddling and everything else. They just really, really love it. We're so lucky to have a great community around us and organisation like John's that support our organisation. For example, last year we were here a few times, and instead of charging us, John put it back into our centre and our children got free sessions out of it. A day here is amazing, but to have the continued support is just unbelievable, and we're so thankful to Wild Alpaca Way.
This is a family-run business with local involvement. And when they're not in school, John's two sons, Danny and Sean, have become dap hands at managing the alpacas.
We feed them now once a day. Just they get hay and grass. They eat the grass about the fields here. And then you inject them then with vitamin D. The black ones need vitamin D injections because the sun can't get to through their skin properly. And we have to grind their teeth down. And then other than that, we shear them once a year in May or June time. And clip their toenails as well every couple of months. They all have names.
Everyone has names, yeah.
The first two we got were Badger and Bounce. And then we got ones called then Chestnut, Nile, Mojo.
But it's sort of, we started, with the Badger and Bounce, and then we got the Chestnut and Mojo, and they were that far through with 41 of them. We're up to like John Joe, and I think there's an Elvis on there.
I enjoy working here now. Like, you're meeting different people from all over the world, from Vietnam to Belfast. Like, they're just all over the world. Like.
Well, I'm from Tipperary, and my husband's from Cork. We're living in Mitchelstown in Cork. Oh, it's absolutely amazing. It's such a unique experience. Like, just walking along with the alpacas, they're gorgeous and they're so friendly and relaxed. And the views it's amazing. And, sometimes we'd be worried about doing something like this with a buggy, but it's so easy with a buggy. And John and all the lads, they're just such lovely. It's a really, really great experience.
My lovely girlfriend back there booked this Alpaca Way tour for the children, and it's amazing, beautiful views. It's great to be with the animals, and we're loving it so far.
So yes, I'm Cleona from Belfast, and I came on the alpaca trail today with my mum, my niece, and as young as my little girl Fia, who's 2. So it was just a fantastic day out for everybody, honestly, from old to young. Not a crazy walk for people, and they're just so friendly. Like, it just had a brilliant day. It was really, really good.
John hopes to develop the business further. One alpaca sheared once a year yields enough fibre to knit 4 or 5 sweaters. Alpaca fibre, not wool I'm told, is an expensive commodity and much sought after. Local businessman Tony Doherty exports sweaters from Inishowen around the world.
We know from our own business that people are looking for softer and softer fibres, and alpaca has a lot of qualities. It's much better and softer than wool. It's a hollow fibre, so it holds the heat, it traps the heat inside the fibre. I approached a few spinners, and finally we come across one in particular who said, yeah, we can take this raw material, we can turn it into something for you. They've taken this material here, which you see is just a clipped fibre of one alpaca. Each bag represents one alpaca for 1 year, okay? About 5 kilo of raw material. They've taken it, they've brushed it and turned it into this here slivers of alpaca wool. A local person did this by hand, in fact, and it's a perfect garment as people will buy it. It's well worth the money. We also can make socks with it. This will be a very good business in 5 years' time. Hand knitting is a big business at the moment. People want to use authentic, natural products. This is one of them, and so from that point of view alone, there's enough business to keep this place emptied every year.
And should you find yourself on the northern tip of the Wild Atlantic Way, do seek out these lovable creatures.
What a great business and a great family fun day out. And one example of the many businesses that have been developed here along the Donegal Wild Atlantic Way. Well, sin dead leis a glór. I hope you enjoyed it this evening. O chulach an RTE Nationwide, aston and all, slán aggie. On Wednesdays Nationwide, we continue our programmes on the celebration of 10 years of the Wild Atlantic Way. Azan has coastal stories from counties Leitrim and Sligo, where history, landscape and the great outdoors are part of the experience.
Coming up in an hour here on 110 Things to Know About looks at the challenges of growing food in Ireland amidst climate change and global instability. That's at 8:30. Next, Sharon needs to pick the perfect moment to break some big news in EastEnders.